Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss about one of the most important dynasties during the early medieval period, which is Rashtrakuta Dynasty. Rashtrakuta was an Indian dynasty ruling large parts of Indian subcontinent between the 6th and 10th centuries. They ruled parts of Deccan from 8th to 10th centuries AD, and they also controlled territories in North India at various points of time. Their kingdom included the modern state of Karnataka in its entirety, along with parts of current Indian states of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. It was not only the most powerful polity of the time but also acted as a bridge between North and South India in economic as well as cultural matters. The name Rashtrakuta in Sanskrit means Rashtra means country and Kuta means chieftain. Dantidurga was the founder of the Rashtrakuta dynasty. He defeated Chalukyas of Badami king Kirtivarman II, and their capital was Manyaketa or Malkhed, which was located near Sholapur. And the language they used to speak is Kannada. The Rashtrakuta dynasty earlier rulers followed Hinduism, but later rulers followed Jainism according to the historical records. At their peak, the Rashtrakutas of Manyaketa ruled a vast empire stretching from Ganges river and Yamuna river Doab in the north to Kanyakumari in the south. Now we will see the important rulers in the Rashtrakuta dynasty. As I said earlier, Dantidurga, he was the founder of Rashtrakuta dynasty and he was a dependent lordship of Badami Chalukyas. The Samangand copper plate giant at 753 AD confirms that feudatory king Dantidurga defeated Badami Chalukyas king Kirtivarman II in 753 AD and took control of northern regions of Chalukyan Empire. And he ruled between 752 AD to 756 AD. He invaded Malwa and he also occupied all territories between Godavari and Vima. He is said to have conquered Kalinga, Kosala, Kanchi, Srisril, Malava, Lata, etc. and occupied Maharashtra. And the titles he claimed was Prithvi Vallabha and Maharajadiraja. And the next important ruler is Krishna I. Dantidurga's uncle Krishna I succeeded Dantidurga. He expanded Rashtrakuta kingdom in all directions. He conquered the territories that were still under the Chalukyas. Southern Konkana was also conquered and brought under his way by Krishna I. He also expanded his empire in southern direction by establishing lordship over the Ganga king of Mysore. He was a great patron of art and architecture. The Kailash temple at Ellora was built by Rashtrakuta king Krishna I. He had the titles Shubhatunga, which means high in prosperity, and Akala Varsha, which means constant rainer, mentioned as per Bandak inscription of Krishna I. Krishna I was succeeded by his son Govinda II, who ruled between 774 AD to 780 AD. Then Govinda II was succeeded by his younger brother Dhruvadhar Varsha, and he ruled between 780 to 793 AD. His rule marks the beginning of Rashtrakuta's golden age. He began his military conquest by punishing all the kings who were friendly to his elder brother, that is Govinda II, and then ventured into imperial carnage and defeated its king. Dhruva then defeated Gurjara Pratihara kingdom of central India and Pala kingdom of eastern India, which was around Bengal, and thus began the tripartite struggle. That means the tripartite struggle, the fight between Gurjara Pratihara, Pala kingdom and the Rashtrakuta dynasties. So friends, if you have not watched about Pala dynasty and Gurjara Pratihara, I have already posted in my channel and also provided the links in the description. Please go through it. Dhruva's other victories included subjugating the Vengi king, who could only ensure peace by marrying his own daughter to Dhruvadhar Varsha. He successfully moved into North India during his time. The next important ruler of the Rashtrakuta dynasty is Govinda III. He ruled between 793 AD to 814 AD. Govinda III succeeded his father Dhruvadarvarsha. He defeated numerous kings and rulers including Gurjara Prathara dynasty king Nagabhatta II, King Dharmapala of Pala Empire, Pallavas king Dantivarman, Cholas, Pandyas and several others. His kingdom spread up to Vindhyas and Malwa in the north and the river Tungabhadra to the south. After Govinda III, Amogavarsha I took over the dynasty. He is the son of Govinda III and Amogavarsha I ruled between 814 to 878 AD. He established capital of Manyaketa, now Malkhed, which is in Karnataka state, and Bharuch became the best part of the kingdom during his reign. He was a great patron of education and literature. His cultural achievements are greater than his military achievements. He constructed Manyaketa city and made it as capital. Amogavarsha was converted to Jainism by Jinasena, a Jain Naik. He not only promoted Jainism but also the Brahmanical religion and also performed several rituals for the welfare of his subject. Suleiman, an Arab merchant, in his account called Amogavarsha I as one of the 4 greatest kings of the world, the other 3 being the Caliph of Baghdad, the King of Constantinople and the Emperor of China. Amogavarsha ruled for over 63 years. Amogavarsha was himself a great poet and his Kaviraja Marga is the earliest Kannada work on poetics. And the titles he claimed was Nrupatunga, Veeranarayana, etc. The other rulers after Amogavarsha I are Krishna II, who is the son of Amogavarsha. Then Krishna II was followed by Indra III, and then Krishna III, who was the last powerful and efficient king of Rashtrakutas. Karka, who ruled between 972 AD to 973 AD. He was defeated by Taila or Tailappa, the Chalukyan king of Kalyani. Now we will see the decline of the Rashtrakuta Empire. The Rashtrakutas' decline began with the reign of Kottiga Amogavarsha, who was defeated and killed by Paramara dynasty ruler in 972 AD, with the capital Manyaketa plundered and destroyed, severely denting the dynasty's prestige. Indra IV, the Rashtrakuta kingdom's last ruler, committed suicide in 982 AD by performing a Jaina ritual known as Sallekhana, which is the practice of fasting to death. Thus, the Rashtrakuta dynasty ended, but their influence endured. Parts of their kingdom were annexed by the later Cholas and other dynasties, but their government system and several other cultural practices were adopted by the subsequent empires. Coming to the rule of Rashtrakutas, the king was a supreme ruler in Rashtrakuta system of government. The inscriptions show that the next ruler is chosen on a hereditary basis. However, the new emperor's abilities were also taken into account as he ascended to the throne. The kingdom was divided into provinces, each of which was governed by a Rashtrapati. The kingdom was divided into Rashtras, which means provinces which are controlled by Rashtrapatis, and Rashtras divided into Vishyas or districts governed by Vishyapatis, and it was further divided into Bhukti, consisting of 50 to 70 villages under the control of Bhogapatis. The Vishya was like a modern district under Vishyapati, and Bhukti was a smaller unit than it. A body of assistants called Rashtramahattaras and a Vishyamatras respectively. The headman was often helped in his duties by the village elder called Grama Mahajana or Grama Mahatra. In the Rashtrakuta kingdom, particularly in Karnataka, there were village committees to manage local schools, tanks, temples and roads in close cooperation with the headman and received a particular percentage of the revenue collection. The law and order in the cities and areas in their immediate vicinity was the responsibility of Koshtapala, or they are called as Kotwals. The petty chieftainship and the increased hereditary elements weakened the power of village committees. The central rule also found it difficult to assert his authority over them and to control them. It implies that the government was become feudalized. Rashtrakutas were not only named after their rule but also their interest in art and architecture. Some of the important architecture famous at the time of Rashtrakutas were Kailasanatha temple. It was a splendid achievement confirming the Balhara's status as one among 4 principal kings of the world. The walls of the temple have marvelous sculptures from Hindu mythology including Ravana, Shiva and Parvati, while ceilings have paintings. After Rashtrakuta rule expanded into South India from Deccan, King Krishna I commissioned the Kailasnatha temple project. The temple is carved out of massive block of rock measuring 200 feet long and 100 feet in breadth and height. The central face of the plinth has imposing figures like elephants and lions, which give an impression that the structure rests on their back. It has 3-tiered shikara or tower which resembles the shikara of the Mamallapuram Rathas. And another important architecture during their period was Elephanta. It was originally called as Sripuri. Elephanta is an island near Bombay. The Portuguese named it as Elephanta after seeing the huge figure of an elephant. The sculptures in Ellora and Elephanta have close similarities. There are huge figures of Dwarapalakas at the entrance to the sanctum. Trimurti is the most magnificent figure of this temple. The sculpture is 6 meters high and said to represent the 3 aspects of Shiva as creator, preserver and destroyer. These Elephanta caves were designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987. Another important architecture during their period is Dasavatara cave. It is one of the finest at Ellora. The 2-storied temple contains mesmerizing Shiva Nataraja and a Shiva emerging from Lingam, while Vishnu and Brahma pay homage. It has cells and a layout plan that are similar to Buddhist caves. It also indicates presence of non-Buddhist features such as Nitya Mandapa at its entrance. Hindu temple housed in Cave 15 has an open court with a freestanding monolithic mandapa at the middle and 2-storied excavated temple at the rear. Large sculptural panels between the walls columns on upper floor illustrate a wide range of themes including 10 avatars of Vishnu. Other reliefs in Cave 15 include the Gangadhara, marriage of Shiva Parvati, Tripurantika of Shakti tradition, Markandeya, Garuda, aspects of life, Nandi in Mandapa, dancing Shiva, Andakasura, Govardhanadari, Gajendra Varada and others. So this is all about one of the important dynasties, that is Rashtrakuta Dynasty, and their rule during this period is considered as Age of Kannauj or Age of Karnataka, which is considered as golden age during the early medieval period. Thank you.